Aquarius, welcome. My name is G. This is all astrology. We are going to go through your August 2022 and we're going to pull some cards for you so you have a nice visual to look at while I am speaking. We're going to pull in the energies and the higher frequencies to let us know what you can expect for the month of August. We have for you two new beginnings and one ending. Start off with right from the top, which is the beginning. Here's an ending and then a beginning. Alrighty. Now, your first new beginning is your seventh house of significant one-on-one relationships. This could be love, is new relationships, possibly with people who are younger, people who are romantically interesting, people where you kind of have that flirting thing. It's this dating, mating, relating house. This is all about who I'm willing to commit to. This can be business partnerships. Children, fun, joy, creativity, laughter, having a good time, taking a risk, possibly with my body. Having a creative partner. Do you have a creative partner? Do you have a creative endeavor? It could be that creativity itself is your partner. Think about it. Think about an artist in a studio, goes in there, locks themselves in there for days on end. Yeah, they're married to their work. Absolutely. They're married to their craft, to their creations. So very colorful. Okay. Now, can it be a human being? Absolutely. This human being can be somebody who is older than you. They can be older than you, or they can somehow have an authority over you in some strange way. It doesn't have to be super strange, but just like they kind of have like a strong masculine fatherly vibe. Okay. So let's pull a card and get more details. We have the sun and we have the Leo energy present right on this card. Fascinating. Remember, laughter, fun, children, joy, just joking around, having a good time. Look at the jester. The jester's right here. And look, the jester is holding a mirror. And the mirror is what the king is looking in. It almost looks as though the king was looking into the mirror and was shocked and fell down, like couldn't believe the reflection in the mirror, right? We have Aquarius energy here. The thing that's interesting about this card, I mean, really interesting, is this is a reading for an Aquarius ascendant or Aquarius moon or Aquarius rising. You can use it for any three of those. There's a lot of sun in the background here. You see that? Because that's the Leo energy. Aquarius, what's interesting about Aquarius is it's like also someone who can be in charge. It can also represent the youth, but it's someone who's different. It's someone who is doing things in a new way. They're like breaking tradition. And isn't that what this is? It's almost like the jester was challenging the king, but not so much as, hey, I can beat you up or I can have you dethroned, although that's exactly what happened. But the jester did it just by using a simple mirror, like a little trick, something a child would do or a magician would do even. And the king was shocked and just fell back. So there's information here because birds bring knowledge and information. So there's something coming through a new partnership because this is what seventh house represents. Someone you're willing to commit to or something you're willing to commit to or even consider yourself married to. So we've got the Leo romantic type of energy. And then we also have this Aquarius energy. It's almost saying to me, because it's the king looking at himself. So are you committed to yourself? Are you overly committed to yourself? Do you not have enough give and take in that seventh house area? Like you're very fixed. You refuse to do it somebody else's way. This is almost like the jester played a joke on the king to show the king, hey, you can't always have it your way. So it does speak to having a good time and some fun. So if you just remember to be flexible, this is masculine energy and this is masculine energy. So there's a lot of, testosterone. There's a lot of assertions. There's a lot of maybe even aggressions, but possibly surprises. Okay. Possibly surprises from the youth. Just there's you have are like the comedians, or they somehow are like the class clown, but maybe you're the class clown. Maybe you're the one challenging the authority. That's a possibility. But this is your seventh house we're talking about. This is your significant relationships. Who are you committed to? Who are you willing to commit to? This can be a business partnership, but this really looks very internal. This is about your will be done and challenge, and that being challenged, or you challenging your partners. But it's to bring in the laughter, flexibility and laughter. Don't be too fixed, especially don't be too focused on your ego. And then the new beginning will go well. The closure and the ending, Aquarius, this has to do with your physical body. This is in your first house. So it's all about how you look, how you appear. Could be your hair, could be it could be anything about the way you dress, could even have to do with where you're located. This is a closure and an ending, but it's something you're choosing to end. So maybe you're changing something in the home. Are you moving home? Are you changing your job? There's something that you're choosing, you're changing, and it has to do with your uniqueness, your individuality. Let's see what that is. Whoa. Okay. This is Scorpio and this is the moon. So this is deep emotions, buried deep emotions, possibly something from the past, blood bonds. So it could be family members, could be soul bonds, but it may not be the personality from this lifetime. Okay. It can be, but it can also be from other lifetimes or from a very long time ago, a mother energy. Maybe this was your mom. Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your mom. Maybe there's a mother wound that's been handed down from generation to generation. Like finding your tribe, finding your people. There might be that never ending search, but maybe you've never wanted to fit in. Maybe there's this pain there. Like you want to fit in, but then when you get there, it's like it just doesn't feel right. There's something here that has a darkness to it. It's heavy. This is the sign of Scorpio energy. So Scorpio is emotions, deep bonds, deep emotions, and it may have to do with dad. I know I mentioned mom, but because this is literally a full moon in Aquarius in the middle of the month for August. And so that could be like Saturn energy up there. It could be Uranus and Saturn, but it's somebody in charge. So if it's not dad, it could be somebody who somehow is the authority figure in your life. Or are you the authority figure, right? Are you the authority of your life? Interesting, because this card kind of spoke about that. But there's something there that's being transformed and healed and changing. Something that requires a releasing. All right, so when we get to the end of the month of August, there is a new beginning. The new beginning has to do with your buried deep emotions. Yes, crazy, because that's what this was here, where this was a let go. Well, here's a new beginning presenting for you. So in astrology, it's really fascinating how that works. There's like these stages, these natural progressions that we take. And this is what's unfolding here in front of us. So deep buried emotions with your health. It has to do with your daily routines. It could have to do with people that you work with. It could have to do with coworkers and neighbors. It's got something related to the home, something connected to the domestic side of life. It's like the practical, the tangible. It's stuff that you probably don't think twice about. It's like, oh, this is my house and this goes here, right? Like this doesn't belong in the kitchen. This goes over here. Now, this could also have to do with your job, which is why I mentioned coworkers. So your tasks, your projects, your routines at the job. Do you find that when you're at a job that you bond easily with the people that you work with? Or maybe it's possibly that like the projects that you get, that you bond with those projects, because this is like the placement of emotions, deep buried emotions, possibly even hidden wounds where there might even be vulnerabilities here. Pets are involved with this. So what this tells me is, because this energy is all about healing, do you have a service dog? Have you ever thought about needing a service animal? And maybe not like technically a service animal, but just having a furry friend in the house, at home or working with animals even, where they could bring healing to you. Like they can bring a calming to you. Don't know if that's something you thought of, but it's something that's coming in, so I'm mentioning it. But this definitely is healthcare energy as well. It's not just you and the job and pets, but working in the healthcare field, possibly you being involved in healthcare, like personally yourself, like alternative forms of healing and modalities. Do you supply that to people? Spiritual healer, energy healer, hands-on healer, whatever you want to call it. There's some strong divine frequencies that are available if you elevate to that. So let's pull this card. I'm excited. Okay, another interesting card. It's got some wow, it's intense, man. And this matches because it's this eighth house intense Scorpio energy. And here it is. It's definitely releasing and healing stuff from the past. We got double moons, a moon from the family, deep buried moons of the past, wounds from the past, Scorpio, bonds, blood bonds, family bonds, something from childhood, like sacrifices, like just something dark within maybe the family, even something within the ancestry, because this would scream ancestry, the heritage, or your soul's history, deep soul bonds. And those would be with people that you probably work with, or at least you share a domestic part of your life with. A new beginning. Because of the healing and the releasing and the letting go and all that processing, it's like you're using the Scorpio energy to put it in the light. Because that's the beautiful thing about Scorpio. It can take the darkness, right? It's the phoenix rising. It takes what was in the dark and it brings it up into the light. Something that seemed like it was dead, and all of a sudden it's got wings and it can fly. It's reborn. It's like a rebirth. And your August looks like a cellular regeneration. SOULULAR, like a severing soul bonds, like leaving that all in the past and starting fresh. Enjoy your August. So below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.